Hey there, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Latasha James. I've spent many years working as a social media marketer at agencies in-house roles and now as an entrepreneur. In today's social media marketing for beginners video, we're gonna cover LinkedIn. I also wanted to invite you to an upcoming live class for online business owners. It's free and the registration link will be down in the description box, so be sure to register for that. And let's hop into LinkedIn. LinkedIn has 810 million members, and while that might be smaller than Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, for a professional platform, it's pretty impressive. LinkedIn is the hub of professional networking and social media for both individuals and businesses alike. 57% of LinkedIn users identify as men, with 43% identifying as women, and over 77% of users are from outside of the US. So your individual audience might look different on LinkedIn, but this is a good baseline to understanding who spends time on that platform. And with almost 60% of LinkedIn's users aged between 25 and 34 years old, it's definitely the place to be if you're starting your career or at the associate level. If you're brand new to the platform, LinkedIn has a professional feel that's centered around expertise and education. This is a really valuable environment for job seekers, freelancers, and business owners, especially those who work in the B2B space. You can connect with other users on the platform you know from current or past positions, and people have the option to follow you if you don't know them, but they still want to see your content. There are more advanced paid options for LinkedIn, like LinkedIn Premium, sponsored updates, and Sales Navigator, but we're going to cover the free features on LinkedIn today. Let me know if you'd like to see paid stuff in the future. Okay, so there are a ton of features on LinkedIn that you can use to get your personal brand or company page to stand out. Whether you're a professional or you're running a business page, you should have access to the following types of content on the platform. There's text and status updates, articles, photos, links, videos, newsletters, and groups. I know that's a lot, so let's go ahead and break down what each of these features are and how they work in practice. So text and status updates. Your text or status updates are probably the most straightforward type of content on the platform. It's very similar to posting a status to Facebook, just the professional version. Creating short text snippets with a fast hook is really popular on LinkedIn, and you can easily create how-to and list-style posts that offer value to your professional network. Whether you're a freelancer, business owner, or a professional looking for your next job, sharing valuable text posts shows your prospects that you can add value to a professional conversation. Long-form text and articles. Longer text posts also work really well on LinkedIn, with posts between 1,900 and 2,000 words performing the best, according to some research. You can actually post blog articles directly onto the LinkedIn platform as opposed to linking out to an external website as well, which is a great way to increase your discoverability since LinkedIn is SEO and search friendly. It's not a bad idea to make sure that your blog posts are also housed on your website, but you can definitely take advantage of long form written content on LinkedIn by repurposing them onto the platform. Sharing your thoughts on industry news and referencing links is a great way to establish thought leadership and show professionalism by citing reputable sources. If you establish a clear tone of voice, you could even become a go-to source for commentary or industry updates on the platform if you want to be. Next, photo sharing. Images are also a feature on the LinkedIn platform, and you can post anything from more curated Instagram-like carousels that inform your audience to behind-the-scenes updates about your professional life. These types of posts are excellent for building both expertise and familiarity. Pictures with faces tend to perform best, but you're not limited to only pictures of yourself or your team, of course. Think about what would be valuable for your audience. Maybe a shot of a new campaign that you've worked on, maybe a client shout out. There are so many ways to get creative with imagery on LinkedIn and use compelling copy to get users to engage. If you're interested in using photos and want to test out what resonates with your audience, according to some research, an 8-image carousel or slideshow tends to perform best. And keep in mind that including photos with your statuses or blog posts increases the comment rate by a whopping 98%. So video on LinkedIn can be anywhere from 3 seconds to 10 minutes, and quick tip, people tend to drop off at around the 10-second mark if you haven't included a compelling hook for your viewers. If you're posting an educational video for your personal brand or sharing work with a client as a business owner, make sure to keep your video to the point. This will keep viewers engaged with the video for a longer period of time, and it'll help them decide more easily whether your product or service is a fit for them. And while you definitely can link over to your videos on your website or YouTube to get the most reach from each piece of content, I'd recommend repurposing them into LinkedIn specific clips using a tool like Descript and then uploading them directly to the platform. Newsletters. Newsletters are exciting because you can turn articles into a subscription for platform members. Anyone can see this content, and you can invite connections or followers to subscribe to your newsletter and see your regular content on industry topics. You can create a newsletter as yourself or as a LinkedIn page if you're running an account for business. LinkedIn articles only go to your feed, meaning that someone has to be connected with or follow you to see it. But a newsletter is more discoverable within the platform. This feature is promising, but according to LinkedIn, you can only use newsletters, quote, by turning on the creator mode and meeting the newsletter access criteria. A downside to LinkedIn newsletters to consider is that it's not really the same type of exportable email newsletter where you can move contact information over to other platforms or a CRM. It's more so a publishing feature that increases reach within the LinkedIn platform itself exclusively. So weigh the benefits of investing time on a LinkedIn exclusive newsletter before you get started, or simply repurpose existing email newsletters to make the most out of your time. Groups. Groups are professional networks that you can create or ask to join. These can be great to keep up with discussions in your industry and hear what other professionals have to say, but just make sure that you're joining for the right reasons. Try not to share content centered only around self-promotion and making a sale, and instead take the opportunity to build relationships with other people in your industry. All right, we've gone over the many types of LinkedIn content that you can create. So now it's time to dive into profiles. The profile section on LinkedIn is really robust because it's essentially an online resume meant to showcase your unique skill set and experience. Your profile is made up of these components: your name or business name, a headline, your about section, attached media like portfolios, website links, news coverage, and more, a profile picture, banner picture, and your job experience role by role, organized by date. Here's how you can make each of these profile sections. First, the headline. Your headline is a short snippet above your name that gives anyone who views your profile a fast rundown of who you are, what you do, and what makes you stand out. A great headline should use a relevant keyword or title that you want to be found under in search, which company or clients that you serve, and what you really bring to the table. So an example could be search marketer for socially conscious brands, or maybe heart-centered business coach for nonfiction authors. Your about section is a great place to share a professional bio that shows off your personality and tells the story behind your experience. In your about section, you have up to 2,000 words to detail your professional brand. Some sections to include are your background, meaning where are you from, who or what inspired you to do the job you do today. Your desired role, be specific about the type of work you're looking for, including responsibilities, skills you want to expand upon or learn, and who you want to work with, and relevant keywords. Make sure to do some research on how competitors or professionals are talking about the work that you do. One way to do this is by scanning different job posts for jobs that you would be interested in applying for. And just take note of the keywords that you see over and over again, and then insert them into your about section where they make the most sense. Attached media. Attached media is a really valuable section on LinkedIn that gives anyone who views your profile a rundown of your past work. If you're a creative, you can attach a portfolio here, and you can add a standard resume to your profile for viewers to download as well. Do keep in mind though that if you reference any links in these documents, they won't be clickable even as a PDF. Kind of a bummer. You can also include news coverage, blogs, or really anything else, and make sure to include your best work only. These should really be examples that you'd be comfortable with anyone on the platform seeing. I personally highlight interesting press that I've received, as well as my online courses in this section, which can add even more context to a professional narrative and lend more credibility. Your profile and banner picture should be professional, but it's definitely okay to add some personality in there too. Just make sure that the photo you choose is something you're comfortable with a client or hiring manager seeing. Your banner is an opportunity to include a call to action right on your profile. You can reference a web address where a client can book a call with you, reference a a free ebook you're using as a lead magnet, a list of your skills, or directive towards whatever action you'd want someone on your profile to take. Your experience. This isn't relevant for a company page, but it's a great opportunity for freelancers or job seekers to highlight their past experience in a results-oriented format. Each job or project you complete will be organized by date. In each job listed, the best practice is to first give a short description of your job title and role, bullet or list your responsibilities and corresponding results, and share how this job aligns with your goals and career narrative. So now that we've got the content and profile sections of LinkedIn mastered, let's delve into how you can create a strategy that's right for you. First, we gotta have those content pillars. I've talked about content pillars a lot on my channel, but the concept is really simple. These are the values and the content categories you want to center your content around. They should align with your goals or business objectives, and every piece of content should tie back into the pillars you create for yourself. This will make your content cohesive and make it much easier for you to plan consistent content. Some example pillars for a freelance tech marketer could be marketing trends, tech industry updates, and client results. You can then start creating content using the features of your choice to post about these topics. You can also search hashtags that are related to these topics and jump in on conversations that are already happening. My best tip for LinkedIn is not to wait to post until you're actually in need of a new job, client, or opportunity. Instead, treat it like something that you continuously nurture. You don't need to post every day on this platform, but checking in with an update once a week or so tends to work pretty well. And if your plan is to use LinkedIn for prospecting and finding clients or jobs, start by working backward from your goals. Are you a freelancer looking for B2B clients? Are you looking for your next full-time job? Know exactly what you want so it's easier to decide what type of content to create, who to connect with, and which metrics will be the most relevant. My favorite thing to do is go to your dream company's LinkedIn page, click on the People tab, and then search for the head of the department you would like to work in, maybe the CMO or the head of marketing. You can then choose to send a connection request with a meaningful, non-spammy, this is key, intro message, or find an email tool to pull contact information from their profile. There are lots of options out there like Hunter, Snove, and Get Prospect with both free and paid plans available. And if you think that you might need larger scale in-mail access and more visibility when searching for prospects, you might want to check out a paid version of LinkedIn. LinkedIn also has a job board. By building a presence on LinkedIn, the poster can go back to your profile and learn about your professional work that they might not get from a resume alone. You can also follow up with applications by looking up the person who posted the job and sending them a quick message to stand out from the crowd. LinkedIn analytics look different for pages than they do for personal accounts, so do keep that in mind. LinkedIn will send you a notification every week telling you how many searches you've appeared in, which is kind of interesting. If you click on this notification, you can expand the data to see keywords that you were found for, companies that search for you, and job titles of the people who searched for you as well. For a business page, you'll be able to see your followers, visitors, competitor engagement, employee advocacy, which means how many employees shared your content or mentioned your page, and engagement with your LinkedIn page. So how do you decide which of these metrics is most important? Like I shared earlier, it all comes down to your goals. If you're ready for a new job, you might want to measure how many times you show up in search and how many recruiter messages you're getting. If you're looking to get more clients for your B2B business, track how much reach your page has and if it's getting prospects over to your website. And if you're just using LinkedIn as a general content marketing platform, then you can measure awareness, engagement, and conversion metrics depending on what your ultimate marketing goal is. All right, LinkedIn is a really valuable tool to establish a personal brand or grow your business. So I hope that this overview of it has been helpful. And if you're ready for more social media marketing content, be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos. And you can also click the link down in the description box to RSVP for my upcoming live class, which will be totally free and lots of fun. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.